Pacho Wamba Boy Yepa, me did the Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker, Yatunasi, Abidjafo so Atunasi, any winninano, Babidin Common, Shani Sumami, sir. Your numbers are your day, Juma and Opay no, 0550 596 929, 0550 596 929, 0550 567 929. Your text lines are no pay your day, Juma, and until you to me, and they will messages in no afaso edia. But my main fast than be a mabua for best brain publication, a year, a Jumeku Bakwa, one more a year textbooks a hood whoopie nano. Edi abedwa man so anope mpacho utie me na embofrano ABA school yi wabofrano ewo from the basic level ekwa akosi the senior high school level anope SSE woni best brain publication for AD and Komo esanse womo edi naka curriculum no atro books mpacho mistakes bia any errors bia no anymore enunti anope unye bi ema wo ba no manisua ekenkan a ebeboa ne ye pa womo adaroma womo aboaye na bookshop bia obewura mu bia no mpacho wo se open books ana textbooks best brain publication for atro ede abedwaman so se wo ba no ewo senior high school core mathematics books no ye will be ewo ho afi ba no integrated science English biology and afi government womo yo ni nyina bi no ewo ho and which you know wo ba no afi na wo frase no at the nursery level no mpacho ban literacy for nursery 1 and 2 womo will be ewo ho numeracy for nursery 1 and 2 e be ewo ho my early writing for nursery 1 and 2 ni nyina no but textbooks no womo aye ni nyina ewo dwaman so afi womo ewo junior high school no mpacho integrated science mathematics English social studies RME and French ede ama wo ba no asante twi fante ICT textbooks ni nyina no womo ewo bi ho enti bookshops a wo be wura mu nyina no mpacho best brain publication for book and as I say yade echem of frano adie na womo ewo videos any pictures womo attach it to the book and until unye bi ema bofrana ebeboa ne ye pa womo numbers no 0507 200 200 0507 200 200 and after 0241 520946 na when the best brain publication for Indi and Komo Anope na womo ebeje wosu ye pa but you say would ye man pay a house of fortune say ye more manie say ene womo ede eye Ghana adwuma for mo amukra mo ankasa monsa no adwuma ene mo nso amunya enyansa no adwuma no mpacho akwanya kese pa aba say womo ede motu kwan ekopie eye Romania oman no emu ene womo pe workers no be apem na womo de mwako ama mwako ye adwuma under a contractor eno no ebe ye 2 years na 2 years no echi no mpacho womo ebe renew contract no edi amount enti wa wo ye adwuma ewo construction center sector ni mu a wo ye mason wo ye tiler wo ye steel bender and as a plumber electrician painter welder mpacho munyina no anope mo chefa ewo mu ye pa afi heavy duty equipment operators mu amo pretty crane mu amo pretty excavators any bulldozers nyina no anope se wo tie mi a mpacho akwenye house of fortune se ye mo wa mane na fa ho hye mu bi esanse ebeboa wo ye pa na enema eno no eye nyina so a betimi ama wo nso wa participate ewo sa akwenye mu no eye wo traveling passport mpacho ubehia eno na ebeboa ma watimi etukwan afi wo CV o medical fee kakra registration fee kakra na wo de eye passport size pictures 4 edi akaho na woni eye house of fortune for edi nkomo say ye kase endra ana womo efras yes womo ye interviews no ekwa akosi the 30th of this month bosumi na wie ye ana womo ebeye interviews ni nyina no awie na afemu a qualify ni nyina no womo de mo akwakopie mo ewo Romania oman ni mo anopay woni house of fortune for eni nkomo on 0554 547 0554 547915 and after 0200 074525 0200 074525 na woni house of fortune any enkomo anope na wopromochira kwan ya wo first floor Amankwa Plaza B building ni mo ewo Achimota ABC na anope woni wo any enkomo emfri ho na abedwafo no atena se 48 minutes after 7 aha Kessben say wo DSTV so anope any de kwan so o hwe yen ewo eye channel 364 on DSTV. Afei mo a mo use Go TV no ye live channel 121 around the world ubenye live yen social media platforms ni nyina no eso anope mo mfa mo messages no emra ye beje na ya kenkan ni nyina no ede amamo. The Honorable Samuel Ayepe a former member of parliament Ayensuano constituency representing the New Patriotic Party anope watenase sanso so ana the Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashaman so ebe joining a former member of parliament for the Buem constituency in the Oti region on the ticket of the NDC. One also ebe joining surely na yedin komboni nyina no aba. Mame Emma Honorable Achi na memano akwaba watenase ache. Honorable Maakye empom
yeah, mini na mo teden.
Erade adom.
Ba minchia na minchia wati fu nso nyina.
Obi aje so eti for aje so. The home was here and many aje because they be
yes.
Very well. But what's the air coso ewo Kenya? A hona no pay me pesi and befa free. Now in the Kenyan parliament and we are told say one more pass a financial bill. Na citizens na nasa timbe mufo no eninje esa say womun susu yemu no the finance bill no ede another form of taxes eto baba beto womo so ma endra womo ashase a womo ye demonstration say ye ka say we are told say nipa be enum ana etimi ahwe womo nkwa na unfortunately for us no or fortunately no Ghana nso na ye local government committee or parliament no etu kwan akwakopie mu ewo Kenya no they went on an official duty womo kwakoye adwuma on behalf of the committee, local government committee. A lot of them Ninante Vanderpoy mo Honorable Sylvester Tete mu nyina no ewo subia say ye ka say they are locked up in Kenya, but we are told say womo safe. Ghana's High Commissioner to Kenya aka say wo ba Kenya as I say we careful because demonstrators no aka say in the next 7 days womo be koso demonstrate until say something has been done. And that is the latest a free Kenya or mining more ever. Honorable Maminti, looks as if say Kenya in recent times, you know, as a very bad memory at the Ghanaians.
Mami Sainchia weti FUBIUM, na minchia His Excellency the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Na minchia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono na MPP fu nyina ya ka bu ma ya adwene koro. Se ye gina ejitwi ene Prada na yakwa akoto aba amano na waba be Ghana mampehene ade a obonobuga say is not negotiable inti ye bekoso ara aboda huru ni asre MPP fu nyina se woma ye nyina kan hummom ni nya baako na yentumi enkotae Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia echi na ontumi fa bangwa no odinsem atoponso ye fane the 70-point agenda or the atoho baby obekubia na saying opposite all the 16 regions across the country baby obekubia no okanin nsem na etom pehina som ahemfo Christopher pehinefo beka asofo the clergy and Muslim form pehinefo imams no agwedi form pehinefo guta the trade union congress ejumaya fo kabomku baby obehia wo bia wo se won nsem a okita na de eye emu ihwam nti se ye to abama na otumi de be ye adwuma de ebesesa Ghana kra nti ye besere Ghana fo nyina se sane said Dr. Bawumia ntumi share dipa almost 35 million one by one no bi ankasa eno nti na onam saa empehinifu yi so ya ahemfo ye amanfo no nsia na mu ye ka nipa mpehinifu imamfo Christopher abeka asofo mpehinifu na all this answer me for one so no obi anti na sopem na yenkoto abadama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ampa sa wo hwe Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo abango bebu from 2017 to later part of 2019 and early part of 2020 na na yen economy grew by 8%. Na yen inflation of about 7%, ran continuously for over 2 years. Na yen had interest rate to about 13%. Na economic indicators nina was very nice until COVID buy na Ukraine war used to buy na kofa in some bebre buy. Economy get back and grew around 0.4%. Na ya dia ehawa adwene pa ye koyama inflation equal 54.3% and ne sie nyina ye twa ni hwe ngachi a economy na e grew 0.4% and ne sa economy ni etumi e grew about 4.7%. Inflation acquire 54.3%, and then a drop about 23%. And then now relationship manager kasa so be beji loan pa or bank ha. Also depending on what the type of loan now, but it ranges between 25 to 29%. And maybe a 35 to 45%. Because things are gradually getting better. Obiara him say your planting season, planting season sana na duan boy den and a brew afiase ba so ko be consensus mu a odu nsan mu na rakwa yesu ano ho a but say amanfo atwa brew agukwa ho bebre nwe tomatoes na koya ba ko ni wo unify series and 3 for 5 CDs and 5 for 5 CDs nyina afiase ba ebe kakra ne ba bebu bebre ti ebe sere Ghana fo te senia ni ama se no obi nsabran oseni efite usa kese ohina ese ya otumi ye niye si ye kan so hene dia de na ado dan kwakufu ado ni Dr. Baomi aban ti ebe sere Ghana fo se wo mu aye na yensan emra ye ba ye betoto eni ama iye ni ama no kura afiase iye de dawo nti ye be siesie na Ghana ni bia ho atoro nano na finance minister honorable Dr. Mohammed Amin Adams eko ene yen ye bosia nipa abo yen bosia ne de wonka na bosia na ye bibi ni ntumi ntua no mkohia ono mkohia no ne perfume aba ne perfume ba ni ebini se bosia no kra wo de fakase acheyen about $4.7 billion what they are saying. It been so long suspended amayen. Si fisa amria copy 2026-2028 no. Ngadia kano OBJB yen twangansa na yesiesi economy eto ya na yemitua. Na enti eye ni jesem kese pa ema omangana. Afi enyuma contract ahoro road construction ni agenda 111 ni ama na sika menti na yentumentu aso no. Young the purple and Bossia American bondholders, no external bondholders, na Jatum say, what is Kababa na any menimia, say you ma a store, and I say not into me questioning in our course. And the president, they did not team pencil at the other lady say, a new man not pencil, na into me questioning in our Fisamria, a copy December ending, Obasha said, ding, near we Nagana for a huato. Democracy. Ade aye nyina ya jatom Africa ha Ghana ka ho do any African countries ni nyina na practice pure democracy but say do wani fam among ahoro out of 54 countries no do na practice multi-party democracy say papa say nye papa the bottom line they say they are practicing multi-party democracy including Kenya. Na Kenya oman bia na Ghana ye de ye ho etoto won won so wode won toto yan yesua won so sua yen nti BBC we Kenya ye ne we agwadi Ghana fo to kwan ko kusua de Kenya fo so ba ha besua de we Ghana fo bebre we Kenya a we ye bo ho de we Kenya fo bi nsu a we Ghana ha won so wodi won dwuma e wa ha nti bibi eto Ghana na to Kenya eto Kenya na to Ghana na yinya ne edikan ni a Kenya fo basabasa aba wanga manyo en wanga batum nti ye bompai se eyi ebetwa ntem na ankofa oha bia ma mpempi no mede makodi 12 years of parliament na sema ya meka say see the bill be to parliament ne pese ye bobo hu na be ye act ana be ye mra ne di buman na ehun hia se wa abontin no say demonstration kra na be ye say wo MPB or parliament ana MPC bi or parliament abo say mo lobby won na mra no wojetum ana say wonye ntum a enye ntokwa enye basabasa yo enye demonstration a woye ede say niama ekotwu ja to parliament kamu ekotwu ja to parliament afa bi e hold parliamentarian hostage parliamentarians na mo pese mra no wo boguma mo no wan anso na mu hunahuna won ne be den no gatumi anya kwan aye adwuma no nga bomra na gu amam se wo hwe Kenya won tax regime na no kware ni wo fam ne ma bebre e wo Kenya kuro no ma e free a wontua tax wo so but no na president Ruto ya obey ahwa no sin dabi se na wi ase aye den ne ye kase wi ase aye den a yenu anu NDC fu ne Ghana fu bi se o dabi mo na mo ntoto ne ama ye wi ba bi aye den nti president Ruto ehwe sania economy na kire so ama no de fa ba bia emfa no e wo so no so okọ no kwhwe se ja obenya mboa e wo IMF yu ha na IMF se hwe wo obepa mboa no ne ma bebire wo krom wo a wotutu ni ya ehun mporo hia se obeba IMF na because oba saa conditions ya na yede be ma ebi ni say your taxes bebree ho according to aban no e wo fem pa ebi kura so tax ni so nti ye be say wode tax beto so na mamufu no nipa wo mani mu no ani ankoje hu no mu sida bi saa bill ya wode akoto parliament the emprema parliamentarians nyentume sanse e ma na bo ayeden but me did say enya no kwan ne say demonstration Ghana here demonstration quite last week in Kwaya about 2 or 3 demonstrations ni nyina ye peaceful obia an ha obi tie be sre Kenya fo say wo moden won ayi tuma ye democracy abepem saa mri na wo moden na enya asumdwe Ghana fo MPs a ko Kenya na wo parliament wo saa mri na basabasa no esi no yenya anti say obi ahun kan ye they are in a safe situation ye besere won wo hwe na say be how adwena woni camera ansa wo say Ghana High Commissioner wo Kenya no etoto ne ama na otumi reach to all Ghanaians na senia odikanden kraba ne say wo Kenya Ghana ni wo Kenya na wo hwe wo difi ene ufi baso iyi na afi wo also afi na bese otu kwan eko Kenya no senye bribia eye so pressing aye timelines that's ya wan kwa ebe se ya nka watwen ansa ne ya hwebeli a saa basabasa yi ebe koso ya te se Kenya man pehine afra asrafu so womre krum na womehwe emoa na asomdwe mra ebe sere sa asrafu no bebe yi ya adwebro
and don't be solve the problem because I mean who rule a country no e war citizens. I mean, citizens, and the tuaba at the mouth. They are telling you, say, this policy, what the bar, don't bring it. Or say there be what the military beba. I mean, will it really tackle the problem from the
so what your governance, Banga? The one disadvantage of democracy, the majority rule that the majority is always right. The majority is not always right.
Exactly.
Ebi American economists, ne consultants, ne abayano, matrase, ashe, cabinet, as this idea who say no. Samre yan fama do how bebre or man sikasem intina wadereba. No so njire say whatever na man for no bechere won bibi and say chinchinya e was so whatever into be pesa afanu ni nyina intina parliament no hono instead of say ko be basabasa na ko the parliament ni mu share no is okay I had it e was so adeba kwa meeting is always bread 16% tax on bread. Bread dey can here for aduan and abofra kura ko na oni sika na utwaburu kakra man unya kokobi man o de edi nti ye the 16% koto bread so na bread boy den na fe hia fa ye den adidi sa ne man na wasa abang no hwe na oyiyi bi efi so say ampa say brodo kura di pa bi di no the 16% tax bi ko akoto so ba bi ama brodo boy den a brodo di anka hia fa aduan o di won hwe na wonyi fanfi ho ma ye na asomdwe emra Kenya asomdwe ba Kenya na Ghana so ye ho atoyen.
Very well, may that say the honorable pay and what ten can 1 after 8 Kessben 92.9. My numbers 0550596929 and face 0550567929 and no numbers and pay me de juma na any day kwasum pacho se wo tie ma no pay na wo pe baby environment no comfortable clean na safe CCTV cameras juma 24/7 ensure eba your standby generators ene enkania no eduma ye beso edi amount na very good environment ubetimi arezi omofra ni nyina no ho mpacho Windy Hills anasa apartment no pay many would di ho nkomo nyina no yesisi ho Kasua police station no echiwa pe na company ne se ye mo wa mane se wo ye other institution na opese wo rented dan ede ma wo staff wo management ene wo workers mpacho ene no ade se 6 unit houses a fumigated community no dan kreno bia wo mu 5 bedrooms enti anopay woba na wo be renti a ebeboa ye pa abusua ni nyina no ebenya baabi ede wo mutiato na environment ni so very safe pa anopay woni wo mo eni nkomo se wotie me na wo pe baabi a renti a na watimi afre wo mo 0558 507765 0558 507765 and after 0248 906831 0248 906831 na wone eye company no eni enkomo na anopei womo ebeje wo so na afi watimi anya baby a ɛhɔ yɛ kama na emiti o luxury no expectations ni nyina na etimi aboa wo ye Emas Global Link Limited for adaroma mpacho eba no akwantu ho nhyehyɛ de a womo ede obetu fa anopei baby a wo pese wo kɔ around the world bia no when Emas Global Link Limited for any enkomo. Oh, you student, o person kosua there in Europe, in US, Asia, baby, a person will be around the world. No, when Emas Global Link Limited any enkomo na wamo ebeje so ay applications ni na no e the amount of visa acquisition. More call for tourist purposes. Mo pese mo reserve mo hotel rooms ni ade nyina no and pay Emas Global Link for ebeye ni nyina no e the amount flight ticket reservation. But yo wamo beye e the ni nyina no amount. And unti ugo Kumasi, obehu mo asafo womone Senate office no edi enhwani mu Kumasi na obehu mo anafe nkra ha womo ewo White Cross Junction weja Kaswa main road no eso na woni womo eni enkomo womo ben West Africa Deco Towers no frɛ womo on 0504 203401 0504 203401 ananso sɛ ubetimi afrɛ 0535 502499 0535 502499 na when Emas Global Link Limited for any enkomo ma the Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashamachi na memano akwaba into the studio. Honorable, good morning and pom to saying
Mr. Speaker, what is sense?
Eradi adom benso me ho ye party what is saying.
Oh, party on the Yegusu ye Jumano. Onya humi wa ha, party wa ha. And na be bizu kwa, no bizu oho, na party oho.
That's right.
Nti Yegusu kakra.
Na kwa your friend say campaign team no me who din was.
Oh. Me kra me ndwin se me din beba so.
Oh, e dey there.
Oh, there be chese me ye Jumano dada.
Because you are doing so well for the party. I mean, they ought to have given you a particular role I will be playing as a former member of parliament.
I know the medawase, but me de ni mitrum krase me koho.
I see.
And ne ewo mitrum say me free parliament me see the whole 4 years me devesu me party.
Okay.
Until I think I'm just left with 5 months to get to the L6 to get to the end of my 4 years. Until me ankasa me sheda ma me ho target. And I'm in the age one.
I see. I see. Very well.
Yeah.
Good, I say. Or Mamintio Kakra on what is happening in Kenya. My name say what follow the trend of event Ekoso Ewo Kenya. Protesters one more NNJ about a financial bill one more passing in Kenya, introducing new taxes. I mean, we have similar situations in Ghana in time past, levy by a Yahudi Day demonstration, but and degenerating into what we are seeing today in Kenya. What is really happening?
Mr. Speaker, me charge Ghana for nina. How say on my biane, on my man, almost subain.
Yeah.
And sometimes moja be to be ka ubinuma efa. And nanti sa edi ko your friend will say independence. I was secondary school. No, we read books about Kenya, the Mau Mau movement. Sa papa no mama kunsa mama benya independence no. Omuna na numuni. So if you are a leader of that country, the history must inform you in doing some things. Ube kaya Raila Odinga NEA we susu hwenyama esiye nti sa moja no ewo mumo enye se Ghana for ye mfili se bia tax ba yesu yenye sa o we have it, but our blood we should accept say a bit cooler. Yes, a bit cooler than these countries are. To say Kenya, or South Africa, so
yeah, they are also almost the same.
Yes, they are also almost the same. Nigeria no to me cool, to me hot. Yeah. To some of us it is not surprising. I just say it could easily flare up in these great countries and maybe this year. But any idea one mismanagement of economy no. And no lady winning in Adi bio. senia obinom tumi tena hɔ saa bobusia mejiwe ebinom just for political expedience say nka meye project no but one manage no yi yeah before uko oman bi so say uko jibusia your plan must be clear how to pay for it e kanu na eba we ahu sese a ruto ahu sese say e ka eba no ahwe na Kenya bedani Ghana Ubekaya social media, I think some months ago.
Yeah, they had a
Kenya,
panel discussion.
Yeah, panel discussion. One of them the Ghana the example. Exactly. A very bad example.
I saw those videos.
Yes. Intinu se no Ruto so was a video. On say one two na mobia. Oh yes, Ruto hu ye. Se one two na mobia near two Ghana ye team say esu no ebeba abeto mu nti no be say Ruto na nkopese to na mobi edi kan a nka mu ndro ho ba say no mranche no ampini so they must look for another way to me or Cassandra say to me nyina kra no and security obey you see to protect the nation but me panocho you should find an alternative way you should come back to Ghana again in 1995 Kumi Preko Vati Airbano. Yeah. There was a demonstration. Exactly. Nanado na lead demonstration. Rollins as a military leader crown then and sana obey democratic no. Or say okay, Muma in twin sign. Or twin sign for a number of months. Almost a year consultations are. So I will expect Ruto to toe that line. Na asunje emra. Nipa komdidu no. Usa no kwa. Na obe unse na mobewu. To me, I wish them peace. And I Ghana 4 MPs bisusu eko once na
the local government
nusu saye mi adiwe ubeka say
Professor Kofi
Awuno enye Kenya no kuye hwen niesi ndra se fufia amfa na tsene musanka no
fufia
antuata look at this mranti agbowura parliament ya dishe nusu ewo ho nti yemi de se matisa mu de mu tunnel a mu famu MPs famu dwane me sure say Ghana from Kenya MPs from Dwane. So some things should be informing us and we should just be careful. I'm pleading with African leaders. Chinchinia no manjanu kakra because the boys are saying say enye titina ebia ebeboda we say China ebekwa kwosha. So muti se mu ye no there they will just go on the social media and before you realize no magada ho. We don't wish that for Kenya. That is all.
May I say 10 after 8. My member the Oraboye Peso na yenshasi any and na quite an interesting development wiki etime aba Ghana buying any a year international creditors in principle I agree say yen debts international debt are accrue over $13 billion yebetime a restructure na restructuring nemono and the creditors have told us through an arrangement say about $4.7 billion one more ede cheye na afei so under the IMF program no yetimi ahwe na ya restructure a reschedule debt payment plus maturities no any interest ebeba ho nyina quite a fortunate one for us because nyame adoma coming Friday IMF board no ebeshia to decide on the next tranche of sika SSA one more edema Ghana out of the $3 billion deal already no they've issued to us $1.2 million first tranche 600 million second one $600 million so far we are looking forward say as a country no yebenya the next third trench no na etimia sustain your economy no Honorable Mami Mausimedu na mintio is this one a good news for our country?
Yes it is ma minko echikakra na yanko hwe ne ye ya kadbai esan say Ghana fu bebre ya come out to ntim say MPP abanya na nado dan kwade Dr. Bawumia Danui na won akofa kade abre Ghana for nyesanete yehwe amamu a ye omani sika yenya wo mani mu ye taxes a yebenya resources ye kan resources are gold diamond timber ene enoma yenya wo mani mu cocoa traditional and non-traditional exports niama ye kra ye de kwa abrochiri no eno eka ho na ye boaboa sika na no na ye de ye budget no se ye be niama boa wo mani mu na sika na nso na yakọ bobosia awa amanone ede abeka ho na saa amanone bosia no na emra president Kofo bedi ade 2000 one no na yehu say no young debt to debt to GDP a man na ka ye de nyina ye de ka ye sikasema na ye da about 128% to GDP. I say we are banga juma na oboso usika bosom akatu aye 100 cedis now so akwaje bosi a bank ni bi tu a 128 cedis bosomi bia obeto afi o sisika mu na say e o say wankasa kwa sanko pesika fufuru bi wo ba bi ko to account mu 28 cedis and na bank na tomato ntina afi ni ye hwenyi nti ma president kofo eko IMF and a World Bank for no year package be program be friend HIPIC say ye de kai ntumi ntua ntibegien nti HIPIC no ko na awie ya president kofo ifi aban mu no na ye debt to GDP na ye about 128% to GDP no na ababedu 26% to GDP. Na say as a ukwadju pay 100 cedis a ye beto 26 cedis per bosomi bia nti na ebe kana ye 74 cedis no ebetuma son aye bribia na no na Professor Mills na former President Mahama so ebedi ade and what the fee 26% ni shi to 73%. Nti ebedu ho na mubedi ade wa afia wo twepe na modi yan akodu sei but no kwasam mo ni say emra wo debt no ekosoro no na wo economy no nso grow GDP no nso kese nti say ba sa na the GDP is the denominator na we say san ye be friend rebasing nti ye koye rebasing no na ye debt no eba 56% to GDP nti LPP they take you over from NDC no na your debt to GDP is 73%. No, your rebase no abedu 56%. And na also you buy HIPIC ne COVID ne Ukraine war ne aditi na see you shebosia erebe support because man no bibia ankoso ka ntuni pempu ni pa shedan say sika ebe nyina no ebe rezi your debt to GDP no ekosoro nti eba ya abedu about 104% to GDP na fe yentumi ntua nti na we say ye cost dam IMF ne ekusi kire won say how abani niama ekos nti ye gige bosia ama bosia ni tua na ye ama ye nti o my program ne so my $3 billion dollars na ye de ato ye nkaso bi na ansana say sika na be ba no wo kire ye niama bi e wo se ye e wo say ye ni nipa yakopɛ bosia wo nkyɛn ne ye de won ka no ye no won trans ne ye hyehyɛi na ka no wo to so ma yen na ebi kura ho a wotu hyeda ema yen efu ye kwankasa ho ukokasa waka ho ne yetu hyeda ama nti ye hyase efie osi dambo ye hyase fifie nti ye hyase no ye na ebibi e fa ne domestic debt restructuring nti ye na nipa ya ikobobosia wo nchen a mo ye Ghana fo no nyumaku ahoro no ekotrance ekoye nhyehyei ema wote ase debt ni bi suspended for 2 years ebi wo ho so a percentage interest da so no so ya tew so and a haircut no eno na ema IMF share so na yen sika no about $1.2 billion what dey am yen na aka no we so we be mama I just say external debt holders bond holders no wan amodu wan ka wa ma no ne nso mo no won kwatranse nti ema China and the Paris Club ya ka Paris Club European countries na ye de won ka nyina na China and the bilateral organizations bi ye de won ka nyina ekohia. And the current Minister for Finance, your friend Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, Okushia Wong, na one in the team ofi Ghana ha ekwakushia one kwatranse. Na no na nije sema efima ba ne se ampa. Ye hwe mfra mokwa ahochiri mokwa amafaso atoto moniama sikasema they grow by 0.4% and etumi about 4.7%. Inflation equal 54%, net about 23%. Na ye send ya mototo moniama na ye boama muhumba tomo pa mbetumi ema muano mfaso abaso ama momanfo. It is adia sika 4.7 billion eye ka osanka mutu ama yan ye twam ene de fe debt cancellation ye twam kura e de achem se mo fa nko na mo fa koye impuntu nyuma mo constituency mu say sika no na president as finance minister say ma omwe account and a fund be accounts be separate kra na sika wo sanka ye tua e ma sa nipa e de wonka e ye 4.7 billion on fa sika no nkotom na ye ntumi emfa nye adwuma sononku bi na dache ye chore tumi akase o ye kosere ya wode ye ka che ye no sika na wode che ye ne nia ye tumi de ye nu enu achi no na won asenga me another 4.4 billion enu ye sika anka wo se ye tua sesia animanim ya eno so won atua hyeda ma yen say in 2 years ni yen tua eno kra no say sika no e bia anhwa the next 16 to 17 years ansa na obetimi agi say sika no nti eno so e ya de ma yen hu ahan yen na mu na tene say that 4.4 billion no, it has been suspended ye kesa suspended e sika o so tua no so menye ne fa koye bibi ehia wo na chiri wo saka wo de aba bi je say enigisem ekese pa edema
no does not mean say ye nika kra
dabi say ne ubetua dachi na mom no se wo ahokyere mu into the fire bribi ehia wo into sa bribi na wo se ye de ye bribi a mebe so se wo se ye betua no na ewo ho de ye nsaka na yakwa akotua afei MPP aban na nado dankwa kufu ado tabawomia omu yehu yesua bribi efi nia former president Kufuor baye na president Mills ene president Mahama nso eba baye no yesua hu se na nia yenso ye efi 2017 to date no se bosia no obodi bebre wadwene ne se me pese mi siesie Ghana within a short time na Ghana fun se me so me ba baye president ma baye ade yehu se a room was not built in a day until you see to emwase na ye beje bosia de ayempuntundwuma ye kakra se na koya enko tra ne ayentumi ntua so afia ni jesam kese omni se sane se na ye de nipa boyen ka eboyen bosia na ka ne yentumi ntua nti sika na yakobo bosia da wasank wode ba ne ye de yempuntundwuma na Ghana fuhu bebre sika eje ne ye de aye no se sika no wo holdu no won famba se mu akwadidi ma ya ye nka foforo ngum ani jesam omni se ye no wonko hia no bond holders na atiase se fisa amiri yiko no we sika biara na ewo sank wode ba ebre contractors na contractors di adwuma na Ghana fuhu bosia no ne ye de aye se sika no ngaja omu fitinra na contractors ni bi indicate say won anya indication say sika anam kwanso ya yetua egu eraba begu on accounts ama contractors ni nyina afiasere ya ahoboa akọ site akotua wonyuma so agenda 111 various road constructions ufi ofankona konsoma yehu ufi kasoa na akọwuniba yehu ufi dowenya eko yi hono nso a ehu tema hono ene nyuma horo akese a agenda 111 ayegusi yes school feeding programs
a lot of economists are challenging you on that, especially finance minister statement I will make here I will cry then now the indication say I mean Yetimine international bond holders, any bilateral creditors, RHE agreement in principle, and the capital market will be open to us. Investors, will come back to Ghana. And they have told you that it is not going to change. I mean, with the Nipanica and one postpone the payment of your debt, it does not warrant the fact is that one more signs with the Sika for me at the Ababe show my economy.
There be Obia and cancer. If you want to take the finance minister, can you? Make us answer with TMA, we've learned our lessons. In Tianya, say, Amri, say, bond market, Swim said debt to GDP, a drop to 66.4%. Near with space a bit to my borrow. But from what has happened to us and what we've learned, abang inye na adwene se fisa amiri ya akofim December even Dr. Bawumia be president a ekwo nanimu no ye nya ya adwene se ye be bond market ni sisi ni ya kana minister na kan ne se ni ya agree the daw almost started disbursement on various projects disbursements now sika na eba no emma biemu nti na adwuma ni ntumi nkoso no eno na on the bond holders no any other bilateral creditors no ehia no nga ya adwene se ni ya sign the daw ni parliament am approval ni ya hye adwuma se the daw contractor no kura raise IPCs mi adi kan atua bi abribi nti na yamtua no se sika na nyina ebeba well seno hydro project no we say IMF man na better agreement IMF share say no you fan kan debt ho e kan na debt ni balloon from 93% to 104% to GDP because yeah, the cocoa syndicated loans. Any 2 billion San Hydro.
No, IMF na share most of cut debt one. I say in actual sense, the Sino Hydro was really what
in Parliament. My 12 years experience in Parliament, there were 2 types of debt. There was institutional debt and a public debt. It's near na sa Sino Hydro no say a better agreement to say a loan na enka public debt. And the cocoa syndicated it's being treated as a separate debt. For instance, President Kufuor the cocoa ebe bui dam na enka public debt ya koton cocoa na the cocoa ama won into mo farm ka with the it's a calculated debt to GDP and enka ho sana Sino Hydro sana cocoa syndicated sana terminal 3
in the context of Sino Hydro the certain mineral resource ma womo na womo etu whilst they do that sikano the real fiscal cash will not come to us but bema womo certain infrastructural projects. I mean, your person womo
especially roads.
So the concerns again, I mean, exchanging your minerals for that. Now build the interchange. Tamale, Takrade, Babuso Kwai Hadi, and Mayen. Why should that come back on our books as part of our public debt?
Now I'm trying to say agreement 1 year name. It's bra IMF is there be we say a better agreement. We agree. Namun we some more mineral resources be no some project amam. Na say mo wa hochiri mu. Ye per say yehu the actual state, the cost, the debt state of your country. Into say institutional debt to say better agreement to say den omu kan nyina mom. Me who say Ghana car modini. And when they can bo money be 104%. And no na Sino Hydro fu say yes na money yan kan. Man kan kire say ye car mo be my cash. Mo ka say mo my mineral resources bi na mo de be my. It is ne akoba say sika na no betu ayen ka with interest dey ayenye. Inti ama disbursement no stop we. And no na this agreement e ko reach institutions ni nyina China Sino Hydro ka ho agya atom so okay. Ye na ye kan say esane say mo my minerals na mba my sikanti anka disbursement no baby aye ru yan to aso biem you see ya ja to mo say ye beto aso it will be who say very soon baby a meto o taifa a Sino Hydro project bi e ho me hu say contractor aba site all the Sino Hydro projects ni na besan aba site aba ye.
Thank you honorable Ayepe mesa about so biem na me ba the second phase we will look at that in details because prior to signing the IMF agreement Sino Hydro was very emphatic. Said the government and the finance minister ought to be transparent into agreement in negotiations and money IMF they needed to be part of it. But I don't know man for failure and a man woman so Adrian Koy. But
China, the China aspect of it is the Sino Hydro.
I'm saying we'll come back to that aspect, in the second round. My member honorable Ashama Suna Mintie one. Yes, honorable.
You work for 12 minutes without my intervention, so I'm taking up.
You go for
10
minutes.
That's right. Yeah. Now, Mr. Speaker,
honorable,
who started the Fourth Republic?
Jerry John Rawlings.
Do you know how much debt he left this country?
I haven't checked.
He left 4 billion. He left 4 billion debt before the coming in of President Kufuor. So I want our listeners, it is Rawlings who started into a car and from Mampeni Kufuor. He came after Rawlings. A cousin Rawlings jaye or jaye $4 billion.
$4 billion.
4 billion Ghana cedis.
I see.
And jaye 4 billion. And no Mampeni Kufuor befa free ho. Ebe called 2007 na yesikanu ye kanu ako 6.4 billion. Sikanu ko 6.4 billion ena yenya debt forgiveness. IMF ni World Bank omudi yeka 4.2 edi acheyen in 2007. Inti sikanu sena beka akoka 2.2 billion.
Yeah.
2.2 billion. So by the time Kufuor left within 1 year, Wasa Bobusian 6.8 billion. Emane Jayeka 9 billion.
before I say na Omampenyiko for exit.
Yes, a cow giant 9 billion. From 2.2 to 9 billion. And our decline aboka about 2 billion. Eddie Asha said, because we were forgiven 4.2 billion by IMF in 2007. That is what it means. In this MPP forecast, and I'm add up this money. Now, who said, if you factor it into Rollins, how much is it? Now, me person we any
the basics, you know. Okay.
Yeah, that should be basis. Anytime you meet an MPP person or Kasati say Omampenyiko for starting Fourth Republic, let us take the books from the beginning of 1993. That was the Fourth Republic. Who was there? Rollins. Okay. Inti weni nyina ebaye. Na sese no asema mpese mi bisa ni se. Nkrofo a anampanyifo muka kire say they are competent people. And they were calling Mahama incompetent. Mahama rolling out bondholders and a domestic debt exchange. Look at them praising themselves again. Whilst you are bankrupt, a nation is bankrupt, and you find a branch of Ghanaians praising bankruptcy.
Kessben 92.9.
Say, Minister of Finance, who ye quadro for a good year ben any of my ma ebiwa America near him lithium cranian and we are finding. It is the management that is wrong. The people managing our resources no omunye, and that is why we are calling on Ghana munyo munfri wa come on kasankwa naka. Why should it be so? Why should Ghanaians go into this? At Tamils, Mahamatiho, what is a Bank of Ghana Bokada? To the tune of 60.8 billion. Uko kana ye catcher say Ukraine, any Russia. Then let us know, say, you are not good at managing crisis. Don't even go and tell us we should vote for you. Mahama time no, we amba ansi wo Liberia.
Ebola
ansi. MPP from catcher say.
But say be amba.
Mahama kwa wanko Liberia. Mahama wanko red zone wanko. Abaha, dear no ye. We were fully prepared and screening people. We even built a camp getting ready to make sure, say, I didn't know background, my man in tre. That is competence. And I want to say, Mahama ko Liberia time Ebola oho. That is what you are talking about here. It takes a competent man to do that. And our mothers go to market and tomatoes is scaring them, the price of tomato. So, if we look at this, MPP for I don't know where, if they don't want to talk about mathematics again. If they want to talk about mathematics, before even the COVID buy, na sikase no mako G as Eurobond. Who started 2017, Kenoforeta Omaimu, Mahama Tumi Kuragana, Obia Mufreno incompetent. Kenoforeta rezi 2.25 billion template bond, Ewo Ghana. O rezi wo Ghana. In there, you catch say rezi 1 billion or Ghana, bet me rezi. Why is tomato and yam price are scaring people? So who is competent here, who is incompetent? And it is so amazing. The current leadership of Ghana have no shame. What has been their credentials? 2017, Wakoji 2.25 billion template. 2018, Wakoji 3 billion Eurobond. 2019, Wakoji 3 billion Eurobond. Mr. Speaker, 2019 in a COVID oho.
Dabi.
Niguasiefo. Munjaye how you couldn't manage that resources because what are you going to use the money for? What did you plan? You go for a loan to invest. The owner of Kessben has invested the money he has or taken a loan into this for him to make profit and pay back. In MPP for Mukasa Yedende Omu bon some say ye hiafo a ye di ka che no. What was their plan after taking $7.25 billion? What was their plan? Okay, so when you see in 2019, Omaji 3 billion, yes, sir.
Exactly.
Up to from 2017 to 2019, Omaji $7.25 billion. Now, at the end of Eurobond 2022, ye pamomu, 13.25 billion. Now, who why 13.2?
International bondholders.
Yes, who why? No, bonds are equal.
Yes.
Who why? 7.25.
Yes.
Every 13.25 no. Now we say Ebeka 5.25. Now say ASR. And me a COVID buy no sika muji ye no eswa. Do you get me right? Eswa chain near mujidi kind and sana COVID buy. Plan B na mudia G $7.25 billion. Again na mudi ye. Mr. Speaker, right. The next question is say, ye COVID when nyina we no. Ye audit COVID account no. Tio. Almost say sika o mas spending nyina ye 21 billion Ghana cedis. Do you get me right? So where change 21 billion into dollars. So why are you complaining about COVID in the monies that you have taken? Why are you complaining? That is the question they should be answering. When auditors are here, accounts, I won't say COVID as you, Ukraine when as you. Scam will spend the 21 billion Ghana cedis. Meaning, say the 21 billion. Mamiya mathematics, use my time. 21 billion. 21 billion. Divide it by the core dollars in there.
Yeah. I think it's 15 point something and I pay currently.
Okay.
Exchange rate. You know.
Okay. Into the divide way, yeah. My main dividing share say yeah. Okay, you can say divided by 15. Until acquire $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion. Say a fan on there. Udi yen fan no price say $2 billion. Now bisa MPP force they should answer for the rest of about 11.25 billion.
The omudi
yeah. Because auditors account enye no na edibe eduma. Kire say mo you see 21 billion enu mponu musi 10 billion kra no mu dey support budget. So why are you crying about Ukraine and COVID? Why? Sikano Maakye sikano adi ye ko hiamu ni nyina no MPP for che COVID sikadi. It is during COVID time omayo mu millionaires ewo maimu. Because their parliamentary candidate ewo not quite to be catchere say ye chiche COVID sikano nusu nyabi. MPP for Kubi no say yampa na nyampa. Omu ja nsema amaka. They have been so incompetent. Now, if you are releasing 1.5 billion, you ordered the Minister of Finance to release 1.5 billion from July to October. What does that tell you? They pay them now. Ghanaians are suffering. Ghanaians are suffering under Nana Akufo-Addo, Baumia, Kenoforiata, and Addison. And Danudie, This is what we were calling for. This is what we were calling for.
The current finance minister.
Yes. Say yensi san Kenoforiata. Onu sati huanka kronunu se anebekosu. Kronunu se anebekosu. Because of Tiakonjasunu 52.5 billion taxes are yeji ewo kaishi commercial bank no. Almost sekanu was transferred into unknown source. Omampenya nkasa, Baumia nkasa, Adisi nkasa, onu Kenoforiata kranu, omusion kofie. Kronu akesiye ena ye boy. Take 52.5 billion. Can't we pay the bondholders? Can't we pay them and then the banking sector cleanup victims? So musika 4.5. Can't we pay them? Omampenya nkasa. And one is so musisa sikanu oman fan ko bank kra because uko sika se kranu ahondi be na odi ko bank. That is the situation in which we find ourselves. A rich country have been made poor automatically by bad management of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, Ken Ofori-Atta, and Addison. Is it not surprising? Say ye tihwa afibian Bank of Ghana edi kadi brew. Mahama time omudi kadi breyen. Ba ye mi wanwa sa nyansanfo amu kasa during Mahama time no say nyansanfo ni nyina wu. These are the questions they should be asking. Why are you bringing us debt? Why we say Mahama is incompetent, but he never brought us debt. He brought us profit. We put a Bank of Ghana hospital, the bank hospital at our cantonment, and no pay crime if I ho. Na nipa yedi o my jaw. Ye nya japade e kana udi swaye. Mwasa jina ho se yen tua bamamu. Ewurade Nyankopon. Ghana for we have not gotten a good leadership at all in these 7 to 8 years. What are we talking about here? And you see MPP people priding themselves. They have no shame.
Yes, but Honorable, the general question is, will it give us some level of respite? Because, I mean, economy, and the stability of our currency, and as I say, a year paramount. Average Ghanaian, no air share, and near my boy, a bit stabilize kakra. Now, the assurances are that, arrangement in principle, yajia to mudia, what it means, and they say, CK be free other sources about plus the $360 million IMF ACK sombe approve via Mayen as part of our third trench, I mean, a bit me stabilize your economy no kakra na a push for recovery. The impact on our local economy, I mean, how is it looking like?
Mr. Speaker, somebody can have Minister for Finance,
yes.
That is the reason. Because once in your IMF program, we are convicted economic criminals. And I hear the call into your mutiti, neomu penu, or mashise or memaye. The worst scenario, na say, Ebia yentumi amboy and who body amayanko ji tranches no.
Yeah.
You get to right. Into tranches are yeji say no. Me bonabasu say wabomodi say yeji tranches no. But the money Ghana is looking for no. And nuna we enso. Baby aye won no. Enso. Because omudi ndada ni ntro edit omanu di kwekam. You talking about Sino Hydro.
Yes.
Sino Hydro mi wo parliament. Omudi ba ye no. MPP nkrofo say a barter system. A barter system ntinu enka Ghana ka hu. Minority ya ka oh where a barter system, where a barter system. As if they've lost their intellectual capability, the MPP. Now, who call IMF? They say no. Quantify that barter system. No, never can.
And the Sino Hydro was about
yes,
2 billion.
Yes. Nkamuti ya futua as NDC. Nka weni na emba. Because you told them. You told them say, Ubetu bauxite. Now why you no pre-manufacturing? There you get alumina.
Exactly.
Now nti oma be factory ni nyina o. MPP for be factory ni nyina o Ghana. Ewo ye me say ye na here guy bi kra. Aha.
Yeah.
Bisa me say bauxite no oma ye no alumina di ko China na. They couldn't even do it. They couldn't even do it because you opening the factory alone, say you are prepared to undertake that project, isn't it?
Or you're committed to that.
Yes. So have they done it? They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. In there who call Nungwa any tema. Go and see. Baby amu judge and be bridges so interchanges so ninyina jina hosa. They couldn't do it. So you ask yourself, where is the economic management team? Baumia kachre say they are world class. I rest my case.
May I say you rest your case, Honorable Ashaba, 42 after 8. Mami Emra the Honorable Ayepe so na mintieno. Honorable, just a quick one. Minim some will call at the platform so na yen wrap it up on this na fe minya mokwan.
2017 make an MPP. Yakwaji $2.5 billion bond. Miniane kasano obi se sika ne ye de den. Ya buy no na NDC akwaji loan. Eurobond. bond na ebi ebo 15% interest rate. Loans na mukwaje no na ebi 32% interest rate. Because that time no na rating institutions no rating Ghana so badly. It took a loan, it was very expensive.
But the ratings as at then were better and are still better than what we are
today. Exactly. I'm building a point. Make
it horrible. Just for the fact, I don't think I mean.
Not rating was so high. The fact, not rating was high in Inti. Now it was so expensive. Inti ya manage country no. From 2017 onwards, and na rating no about down. It's now fei ukwaji loan na cheaper. And yenya other institutions wabama yen bonds cheaper, some as low as 5%, 3%. I have the document there. Open next week here about rabbit. Now we say you kwaji sa $2.5 billion no. Near the better time, 15% interest rate. There be American say, you know, Kasa. Now, what they say, oh, no, but billion. Sir, 2.5, which I mentioned 7 point something billion. Says can funnel at the quarter time loans and no margin it out.
Because no maturity is national, isn't
it? No, so yet. No maturity is so yet, but it was so expensive. Now it was so expensive. It doesn't mean say maturity also. Maturity in so year 15 years maturity now so year. But now it was so expensive when a cheaper loan. And so loan, the cheaper loan, now the retire expensive loan. That's what we did. Yeah, but I don't know. NDC at the road fund, I got you loan from a bank, my best mobile bank. So expensive. Yeah, but your commercial bank, better rate at the quarter. So low now, and that is proper management. When we say make asano, we say debt to GDP, because debt is always compared to GDP because the denominator, the GDP, is not constant. It is a common kaya dia. Want to me make say not Ronald's time. Now you the car 4 billion Ghana cedis. You the debt to GDP. Now Lawrence time you the car 4 billion. Now debt to GDP was 120%. It is a who compare what the denominator no and the share debt no what the car what they because at the time now Lawrence you the car 4 billion. What were the size of our economy? It is the economists ne catch we say. So percent we should car man there. Don't use the nominal figures. Use the percentage to GDP. That will give you the actuals. What was or change, you know, or the 1.5, 15 cedis per dollar, no changing. Because Lawrence time no now.
And now on preservation.
Oh, there be. But that is why the debt is always mentioned in GDP.
Yes, but the fact is that the expansion of your economy, you know, or productivity and the better.
That's right. Exactly. So when your productivity is high, it lessens your debts. When your productivity is high, it consumes your debt. It's only say productivity cost no. Your struggle to pay your debt become lesser.
Because in
Kufuor time no na 26% to GDP because Kufuor kono na cedi no dollar is less than 1 cedi. It was less than 1 cedi. It say debt to GDP. When Kufuor was living, dollar less than 1 cedi. Kufuor equivalent. It started from 98 pesos to 1 cedi. 98 pesos to 1 cedi.
It is not true.
I gave you that. But me catch you teacher.
Yes, but honorable. The most important question is all these measures, you know. what will be the actual implication? I mean, on a level of economy, you almost say, because once upon a time, assurances in a buyer say, you call IMF. IMF started with disbursement. What it means, they say, you benya reserves, you never show up. Now, your currency, no, I stabilize. So far, you know $1.2 million. Yet, your currency, no, depreciation, action.
I say, a brana, NDC Wohono. Now, auction dollars. Over about $20 million near auction into the system. But your body, you say auctioning of dollars and why? Because amount fully repatriate dollars. The more you auction it into the system, they repatriate it and deplete your reserves. Until you see auction dollars as it is, as they were doing. And I know can be and IMF bailout now. So IMF will not allow you to auction dollars as the previous government was doing. It means limitations are ever, but Sanya Bosumi Biara every 3 months, every quarter biano, finance ministry it changes cedis into dollars. No oduko and a debt, bondholders and a baratra debt creditors. For the next 2 years, we are not going to do that. And in fact, for some time now, we have not been doing it. Now, Emma says, Yano, Sidinu Enya Wedding. 2. Contractors say, yeah, Juma. And also, huge sums of dollars is coming into the system. What system? No, so scanner, what about the sun is CDs? No, the tia, one worker scan, what they are taught local materials. International supermarket and dollar, no Enya Wedding. Ghana is not bankrupt.
And the young him say in the last quarter, I mean, they might be stabilized.
When we see, yeah, say, Mimi, air for my MP. Now, all using the West without making reference to maybe his experience he had in Parliament. Say, Cassie, what we speaker, and I maybe to me a bankrupter. It means, say, Seattle major padina near the Kutiame Kakra Enso. That is bankruptcy. Ghana is not bankrupt.
I guess situation. Domestic bondholders are
debts. When your debts, when there's difference. Speaker, who are DSTV? So be careful. Your integrity is at total stake. Mami Kanchira will say,
don't scare.
There's different. No, there's different between bankruptcy or debts and assets. Your asset is not the same as your debt.
Exactly.
It is debt more than your asset. You are bankrupt. When your asset is more than your debt, you are not bankrupt. What is happening in Ghana? We are debt stressed, but our asset.
In fact, we are junk status.
That is you see, you status, no. Ability to go for loans.
Exactly. But
that is not your asset.
That is what I'm.
That is not your asset. Mami Cho, ask with this. Mami must scenario and I'll bet you asset. Fancy wakoto car. Sell the taxi. And any japadi awo.
Now we see for my mommy.
And any japadi awo no. Saka na wakoto no. We are juma utia kaneka. But yaton we japadi nyina entumi ntua kaneka. Car no so asay. So you are bankrupt. What is happening in Ghana now? They say we are debt stressed. No, America is debt stressed, but they are not bankrupt. Ghana is debt stressed. We are not bankrupt. Japan is debt stressed. The most debt stressed country in the whole world is Japan. They are not bankrupt. It is our country be a debt stressor. Want to mean to our car. I don't just say you turn where Japan ain't mean to our car. The two are not the same.
That's horrible. Thank you for clarifying that. Well, more time not sure, but yeah, it's a conversation.
When you have non-economists discussing economists as had it here. You see, Bisa who say, "O man, benyu kufanyo nedi kan ko ako Yorùbá. Ako you 700
Please you across. No, please. No. You can't tell me say million money have none. And your man have experience in
and your man penny kufa. How did NDC manage that debt? How did Santepe manage that debt?
When your assets
Santepe created a fund called the sinking fund.
You are not bankrupt.
You can't bankrupt a sinking fund.
When they tell all your assets, you then become bankrupt.
Then Ghana was ready. Santepe, the most competent of the days, created a sinking fund. He created a sinking fund. And then we put money there for
the point on our
the euro bond that is taken from Mampenyi Kufuor time to Mahama time is not up to $4 billion. That is a fact. It is not. From 750, it is not up to 4 billion. So if you see a government that alone took 13.25 billion on commercial loans, on commercial loan, not on concessionary loans. So now you pile up the commercial loans on the citizens, and the time is due within 5 years to come and pay. You don't have the money. If it is concessionary loans, it takes you from 15 to 30 years. Why didn't they go there? Because the create, loot, and share mantra. They want the money right now. Okay. That is what they have done, and that is why we are suffering. This is pure stealing in the broad daylight. You take concessionary, commercial loans. Why should MPP and the economic management team sit down for Kenoforiata to be taking commercial loans year in, year out, continuously? That has a short period of repayment. Why should they do so? They've allowed. That is why the bondholders are suffering today.
Very well.
This is what we are talking about. The people are bereft with ideas. Ghana for me pamucho.
The good news.
Baby, I drew and then he say. Baby, I drew and then he say. Yeah, Ghana for chow. Aba ye kwa kotunu enye busasem minia uko jom se uko to tomatoes tomatoes boye dia kai se nipa ohwe usika no onwan na mantina ebasa because in the year 2021 to 2022 na Bank of Ghana were printing 77 billion ediama nanado nanado no ma change into dollars and inflation akosro at the same time nanado high chartered flight etuho almost $6 na enim baby omudi akọ inti Ghana for the incompetent of Ghanaians in then your debt to GDP say enye 104 na we ya kanu say ya kanu say incompetent bunch of people eni guasia be kamuda SHS Professor Mate I know Nico.
Thank you, Honorable Daniel Kwesi Ashaba is a former member of Parliament for a year Buem constituency, and then the Honorable Ayepe, a former member of Parliament for Ayensuano. Joining us on our discussions. And thank you very much, Honorable Medamase. Moko different platform. As I said, Mijay Mona Moko Tuasuo. Thank you. I was here with us 56 after 8. Hi, Kessben. I have to let them go because one more call to us before front now. But before that, be a Mascon Estate Ghana Limited. I don't pay one more other rumba, Pacho, one more air tone, Sassi, Papa, Sassia, and name Mansuchi Biano, anyhow, and one more air tone at the amount. One plot, no measurements, no, a 70 by 100, half plot, a 100 by 35, Pacho, one plot, a 18,000 Ghana cities, whereas half plot, your turn on 9,000 cities, say. Na ye promotion the ama Jumayeku ahodo ni nyina eno nti anopay se wotemen ka na we salaried worker whether in private or public sector anopay mobetimi akeka mo ho abom na afi motimi aba na mo ne ababede enkomo moba yebeto ye boase na afi yetimi atwa asase no e de amamo kama pa na ye 10 minutes drive away from a year Central University and then 5 minutes drive away from a year Seglemi housing project, and pay more police, more military, more nurses and doctors, more bankers, and as fire service officers, immigration officers, customs, and I think so more for and factory workers, more journalists, and a more formal group, a mumra na yincha and sassing in Abbey and Fama Mompacho, who percent 1 year, a Moscow State Ghana Limited in Coma. One more office no ewo a year Spinters Road no eso community 18 junction one more Allied filling station no ana a bang one more dim share anymore ewo KFC restaurant no and chen hwa pe no pay for 0553 840646 0553-840-646 and after 0553-83-8730. Now, when it must connected for any encomo and pay Eclipse Collateral Management. And pay Pacho, one more do a Japadi and Kratano de Beboy Jumapa. Now, one more etia commission, ewa home, and until say, Uti man pay ya. Pacho, Bomodi, not when Eclipse Collateral Management for any encomo and pay. Now, one more ebejo so. Now, I feel with Japadi and Kratan, one more dia ye Juma. Na utiemi na upe loan only collateral. Speak to them, they will assist you with a year collateral. Na etimi abua ye pa. Wama numbers ni 0266 999020 0266 999020 and after 0302 551877. Na when Eclipse Collateral Management for any encomo omocha kwai ewo a year. Adenta News site, Abakan Street, Anna Ubeho, Eclipse Collateral Management, na when they were more Eddie and Como. It is only 58 after 8. But I mean, couple of messages I would have na Yenye Jumambra. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm Joe Blaze from Western North Region, Sehuyo. So please tell the NPP man he has nothing to offer this country. Thank you for a message. Wode Abba. We say, good morning, Speaker. The NDC man there is doing a voodoo analysis. How can he do this? I'm sorry for him. Mickey, Ediwefri Kumase, Anna Ede Abba. Ozzy, you are allowing the noise to happen. Thank you for a message. In a way, sir, I'm Bernard inside Achimoda. I really like the way you do your show and the level of questions you ask. Please, I see the NPP man has already made everything financially for his life, so he does not really understand the plight of the people today. Let the man think about the young people and the next generation. Thank you for a message. I would abano pe wanfa within amfan kaho. We say please 2020 nurses, we are still in the house unemployed. We are really suffering with this high cost of living in Ghana now. Please munkabi mayan. Thank you. Ya can be Eddie Amamu. Yeah, say any message, We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm Kofi from Kaswa. You have not been fair to the NPP man giving a field day. A free day, that is what you mean, to the NDC man to shout. Everyone knows tomatoes prices are seasonal, and then they are seasonal product as well. Thank you for a message. We say, good morning, Speaker. One thing is that NPP are tricksters. They know how to dress cases because they are scammers. Thank you for a message. What they about? What do you free? Suhum macro they at the buy. Thank you for a message. This one says that good morning, Speaker. Even if we bring Jesus Christ and his angels in Ghana, Ghana will collapse unless we change the NPP and their ministers. Thanks to the Almighty God and the honorable member representing the NDC. I'm Frank from Obuase. Frank, thank you for a message with the Ebai. And we say, good morning. Please tell the NPP man he has to hear what is going on in Kenya. People are not happy in this country, but we are not also angry enough. But anything can happen in our country. Thank you for a message. Capito the way we go so and the about. See, in fact, if there is any other government in this country, then it is only the NPP government. So let us vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia come December 7 for victory. Thank you for a message. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Please tell the NDC man we don't care what he is saying. What we want is development. NDC didn't do anything for BBNE Ariaso Bekwai. I'm Sylvester from Awaso. Sylvester, thank you for a message. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. Please tell the NDC man that he doesn't know what he is saying. He is giving wrong analysis. He should go back and learn better. Ortega, what the way free Sefi Bekwai, Chekrum Anna Eba. Yeah, Ortega, thank you for a message. Or say your panelist has automatically changed my voting pattern. What a brain and knowledge. The NDC man is a great panelist. Thank you for a message. I would and pay. Or say I'm Inusa. Ghana is on a bomb cell. God save us from this mismanagement. Thank you for a message. Eric sends this one from Efidia. Say, in fact, we need such of this man in our society. He's done a yeoman's job by explaining the details. The NPP person only came to defend his party. Thank you. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. The contribution of the former honorable member for Ayensuano is great. He should continue on that. From Chief Musa Wale, you sent in that one. And I mean, kind last one. We say, good morning, Speaker. I'm happy to hear that the honorable member accepted the fact that the NPP poorly manage our economy. NPP never again. Mahama Beba Kweku Richard with the way through Wasa East. And Kweku Richard, thank you for a message. With the abano pay more messages. Endorse. But my Yabana Ebrema Kwaya Yabekin kind the Akani and so Ede Amamo Obatampa Prostate Center of I was in Atenasiano pay by me Emanachi na me mano Akwaba of our margin.
Yeah, me dear.
Empomboko dear.
I'm not doing a musue.
Erade dear. Yenso Yahoye.
Fine.
I don't pay my yenim combo na yentio.
Do and the pay dear. Me chair at you for Sambre. O my jibre, Eshe, no muti, Kessben, and the pay. Said the yin and no. Majuma pa me and say me share posted idea. And when I go on, do me, I'm a hoodra. Me the boy that Sassam a remembry. Now, no one something on my bar, me can pay. The chance of posted idea, I am a man. Member did 30 years, and some 40 years. It will say, we are posted. Now, posted near Dania. Posted near Hunama Beer, a butter, a juice of Chano. Numuna. Johnson no a Johnson no do bena a different use of Chanamu a besina court by Bema Nam. The Najuma 82 say, Bema no by Shia. Sir, a quano de and Shubi Bois spams no a call barno hono. Said the bay between an auntie and I say, I travel a court or barno home. Nasahunamakwe, a umua a hono a hono, above friend. And large prostitute, and I say, fencing, and large prostitute.
Okay.
Now, and who know, I didn't Subi, Eba, did to know where you some. And who know, and Mamma would watch you so pee and a joke. Would be a would just a prostitute at home, or so piano joke. A woman, would you say, just account one more why I know you so go. On one corner, would you just account no one more why I had you so go. A Bama, me do baby no. Johnson Kawa, Oko Jansa, Ojunsa, Quensina Johnson by a Munsua. A bit number say, Ojunsa Ojunsono, Ojunsa Ojunsa, a baba to me a dear chapin for the pressure dear chino, about our form until before beauty. Slow urine stream. No, Ojunson, I very slow. And no Subama, we see Ioya. A Bama, some aquaform. And no Subama, but I just go home, wouldn't him say, Johnson do. Wouldn't say you saw the but I just go home. But I'm watching Soboja. Now the dim my baby no. But so that cross out Johnson, I just then Akawayase. Wouldn't mean so.
And Macra.
No Macra. Now I know do one as I say, the robber. A two bemum and send it to me, I just saw.
Okay.
Now, yeah, they way now. I didn't pay your baby. Make me like I said, Nipe Bia on your portrait, Biano. I didn't say because Omo above said anywhere drew a 2 a year money panel dinner. A draw above one year, a drobby times losing hydrochloride and half finasteride. Send Drono, a Jojo manager Johnson. But posted Nankasan a coffers at the end by any day, and your Hojuma. Inti Abra Gusunu Duni now, posted Neshe, Cassia, say a year. And one thing I want ya do to say, do no or no, I don't know, go so Abahan one day now, returning you, Jusan can I say, a send catita. No way, I go a draw, a shrinky posture, no. positive abofo ni ho du a shrink no me ho du a shrink no mani efi ne kase na awo mu no mu eye ketwa masa nsunsuanso a mebo din ni na den efiri ho ebe firi okra ma wanko ebe yonwanwa enti eno na mebo ho dawuro se wote bi animu anase woni obi otesa anase bi a hu ni pa bi wo papa bi wananfo bi wasati bi animu a memfa sa kasa meken enkame no ka kire ni se Dr. Wilson say or adura a shrink the enlarged prostate na yi how in every human the pa wasati bi no to no enti no me fa me no man to for the assembly
okay
me wo fifi plat last stop awo yenya no kaso kwantempon so na me no man 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 Uko Kumasia no money ni 0249 another 49 61 66 0249 another 49 61 66 Uko Western Regional 0246 04 34 58 0246 04 34 58 saa no ma bubo baby star no a na obaka hanso a Kessben bi ameka se ya se ho opebi wo new town around Accra ha ba bi na se office bi a wontu mbaka so na opebi ato ya oba Kessben ase ho a papa bi a friend Mr. Francis
Uncle Francis
okowa ebi ho be bi ato e de tense prostitute ya de bi a egu nipa ni mase na sanso nipa consider me ka say prostitute no nipa say nipa hand na be yo mo a 98 e de be consider because abofu ni ho aduro because ya no bi sam say bitum fam sam say nti prostitute no huhum ya de ana ade no bi sa de nti an say wachinchia komeme bebre a wanya ayahwe nti ohwe atum say no yare we sen kan ye hunam yare a nka bia ne ho ato no me se hunam yade na ehu aduro de ayisa makache uba makache a aduro na meka wasam say single prostitute no me da hwe ne pe bebre nti say wotimi nka memprimu akoma menya ni aniti fo nka so papa no de wabeta radio so no dwo nanum say de manfo dwo manum nti no so dwo nanum nti no uba bebi ada utimi ka to na mombra oba ho beto se de nkofo aba mo ho ato mo ho anu bi afre me na odamase utimi frem kan hia sam guma baba so because no abre enso sambre ya obeto oba ya no ho to no nti amona ni agi a kan hia sam guma baba so ni sara me so me tutu afro bi a owo sati be mu se mamma mentra mo prostitute en house entity bra na mama ho beto me de bia me ka se utimi kan wo ya isa 90% 10% ni se wan so betu na mo ayden apa me chi akwan opa me chi akwan definitely ho beto because my who prostitute I enlarge to about 411 centimeter cube mama na duro once or two ye no na free 411 about 365 let's say eba form sa kusi se ho beto nti se me kan ho asema na yete bia me kan keke me an sam na me victim sen nya aduro na jemi a nka tambe minim dia me so me condition tie nka
ebi ya o ko sa te bi eni
me ko titati bi mu me tunum ndo bebre andentam ko si se me ya madum oyi sa aduro kire me a me num ya me anum ni sa me ho ya de first a me ho to me na me ho say yes yankopon e de aduro bi a se me se me ka say da me ko ba se me ko lab se me test me prostate na before that time manu aduro na me so pi ana minum aduro we na obi chem se me ko test na this la technician say na abrante me ni say so daddy opposite na fedo I hope na me kan me kuma se ngopon de aduro bi ahye me nsa ana free ho a me de abo amanfo bebre ni bebre aba makachi a omo ato mo ti say wotimi kan man dwin se bi a me di agro bi me di agro ani bi sampa na me kan no se a me ti de bi me ka se Ministry of Health e be je aduro ya tum na nko me yusu e wo hospital sa nka me gin se be so bi akateta because ukwa report kwa the woman said they do be mo anom na ashinki prostitute no na wade ho na why free enti se me kasa muntina supem na mu to na mo empa me kira kwan na me de bo amanfo papa me kan sa de aboa obi o sa tibia no mu
okay
enti me sound me no mo na to dwa biem
afafa to dwa na fa we kira kwan ne to dwa na ye fancy
0553 800 678 0553 800 678 Okokumasi a 0249 another 49 61 66 0249 another 49 61 66 Uko Western region, especially in Zima area, 0246 04 34 58 0246 04 34 58 Me wo fifi plat last stop. Oh, you know quantum so fika so ko yanu a. Ufa uduka so a kase ope low station there old market wo no. Uko ho a kase ope fifi down taxi. We have taxi na catch that so be so about tampa. We so about tampa, if about tampa ma catch wo, it's about just about 3 minutes walk. No we do ho. Oba ye be sure pepe attest o. Se katita shower bit ma mo aduro mo ye katita no. Se you so na tower yase a oba ma mo do instant within about 40 minutes. E so tumi dun so ma we free. And I said, I can see a open drew my country, Emerson, so how in our juice and you just over Benina, a jay, Madame Massey, sir, much me.
Of our been so made that, sing Yami and Sharp. Obey your fee. Magana making up the just do it. But you made that say 13 after 9. I'm faster than it be Emma St. Louisa local rice for. Now, I don't pay St. Louisa that rover. But you if you be here, local rice. Nana more, your papa, your door, and your free. You're here for and sense. I don't pay, but you open more, young far BBR and frame. Now, your original, unique, locally made. But you announce you no air there. The teacher will be here, and be Fred Dome de Ma Party and Pacho St. Louisa local rights. I don't pay me come for any one more PB to the Duduo at the Ayuniane, a event I would was singing. I don't pay Pacho Bala Pass, I won't cry, your name Echo Bank, and a band. One Sabe Kabi, not watching me Aquacono. Aton abankrofo so anya hode every mobile na buagana kwiafo sense we no aye straight from the farm but your fa bibia no fra with the natural taste of rice kita a very great perfume scented smell and obey yeah sure was St. Louisa local rice because we are at the amount afi mo amopese mututu but your person ye wholesale and obey when they any betu no dodo mo ama won so watimi retain at the amount crofo and obey when you any on 0277 45 027745 2742 0277452742 and for 0546 2423 43 0546 242343 now when it's in Louisa ending command or pay now one more Ebejo so Kanisa Ventures for that Roman but you one more the Kanisa have a Miss Chandy Abedra we your bar we your bear but you will see no air how ama want to me and nanti ye do nya ye pa I don't pay one of them Kanisa and Ronnie Bian but you need no a bit to us here I pay we your bar menstrual pains will boon say and your how be brenano and a dear bar jouty pie and the yaupa and a dear bar I don't pay no Kanisa and into us here and about gonorrhea, candidiasis, vaginal discharges, any prostate enlargement, canisa and running in an it to us here at the map. I don't pay when a canisa for any more. Now, woman rono, but Obenian do do more to buy. Say, Okote Chimana, one more a walk, canisa herbal shop, but you open to do more to Albania be a dear free. And what you know, baseline pharmacy, Albania be a 2 at the free. Herbal shop will be a winning set one more tone, herbal medicines be a but you would do what Kanisa do. We say, will be a I don't pay for one more now, only 1 million come on 0247 887 436 0247 887 436 and for 0202 99 09 0843 na wone aya kanisa ending komo anopa 16 after 9 and after pause you got na na ma chempom to saying
nyame adom ye Kwame
yeah fine
nyame adom ara kwa nyame adom ara ka ma feel pa ye hye pa Kwame
kra ye she ho you go so na gradually
o shirt no so fe
thank you
the TV no so fe pa ye hye ye no ye hye no
ni gradually election neighbor into the pressure neighbor
ai Kwame abakra
aka 4 days na bosumi yaba na wie yo
ai sisi ye Kwame misano de bia ye ka se nana Kwame Ampadu kan o se
yeah
misano se me maame egu aduane so a yi nam kese de to me papa de so a na me bom pa ye se menyina be panyin na me so manya saade bi ne na minim se ne net ye Kwame boso me be so pa na Kwame o be ye nkonta no I'll be to outlay the money no a abe spread ya ho ana who say yes cash unti na oyem do peri Kwame nyezi
o send na usu
Kwame enyezi kwa ato enyezi ato Kwame
na ma mintio na komo ahodo na
me sira Kwame bomba yi ni mame na me de wa bi na ba be studies bi de bomba me
I don't pay komo ahodo na ye de beba mami nyi election avenue no na member enomba is it almost say bilateral creditors I just say omo agree with our negotiation to ska bebekru yati ye hwe nim say ebeba na economy na koye na edi thank you 19 after now me da say na Sandway I know them pa na me bobi e ma me different feeling
no
we are thing
we are thing
Kessben 92.9
all right me da say na ma me ntio na yini.
Yes, Kwame, I will met touch project na o man penisi wa be you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
na
Enwawia. Kwame. Na me show video bi.
Okay.
Na somebody sent it to me link no,
okay.
But na o picture na so. Unza link ni bi o ha o send ya.
Images no.
Images na ba. It na me pay attention to it. So me beda no anadwo no bisua dia na me kohu ye na me so ma me click na me hwe na your video na ba na ma sha and I realized that I called viral. That was a day before yesterday. Video na wo ka Dr. Baumia and Napo running bit issue no.
Yeah.
I called viral. But you said something, two things which is very serious. NPP ni bia tiewa ko betie na sopem. Na with your dodgers, me pesa me peke sa asem no. Nsemienu bia kan we very very important. Me pesa me kasa adu na be chena na adu dan kwakufu ado.
Okay.
Any new patriotic party. Then I come back to the substantive of this a few weeks. Kwame oka bibi say NPP.
Yeah.
O say the action block, they don't want the covenant go back to Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Yes, Kwame.
The control of the party.
Yeah, the control of the party. Yes, Kwame. Yeah, do their mom. Hey, 1986. Namiswa me young pa me kai say. Yet one you who say baby na meti ya wo me Kumasi na be Kumasi Sports Stadium amakom. Eti yet one you who say ahemfo etwam sa. E na me papa di mi si no ko ho na. Ye who so ni bi twam ye fe no. Osaji fo kuntunkununku. The second no e ochehene. E na akura si nanim riding in the palanquin. Eti 1986 no. E na who say Otufo Pokuari. The then Asante hene. Ebo Gadema Asante Kings Deba. Kumasi Sports Stadium. And caught his friend. Osaji fo kuntun kununku. So ombe grace occasion man. The kuntun kunuku ebai. Obai no enoma omo gina so ma ye de frɛ kuntum kunuku Kwame baako eni one say the Ashanti and Achim and Akan cultural values ye bet me atodi ama Ghana ni wiase eni na ne one the tosu two to deepen the relationship between the two tribes because they are all from Ashanti and Achim Ababedi Eastern region. You understand?
Yeah.
And to deepen that relationship. And of course, Otufo Pokuwari, na that for Pausone, Osaji for Kuntum Kunuku, to deepen it. And the last one was to kill the political tension. In 1979,
Yeah.
Victor Usunu Pauli, Ediabeto Asanteni Atontam. That's the main focus of that deba. Yes, to invite Osaji for Kuntum Kunuku. When I grew up and I started reading, and then who said, "Oh, sad deba no 1986 no." Chenupo na teach. When me who ye Kwame that any bear 1 year cry. They make what I say, and that killed that the differences. They lived in harmony. Otufo Pokuwari was coming to Accra. He did a stopover to visit his friend and his brother Kuntum Kunuku, and it killed that. Yes, that from that ebony nano, Kwame ni enti asanteni achama samda ni enti bida.
Mafia time.
No ni enti bikrada because they had already killed it, living in a harmony. Omubionu ni na died and that's obu kwakura in 1999. Eti nkofo historians ka say se no mo do mo ho no ebia Opokuwari freni nuane say chale mienko ya wie yeso. They make what I say. They all die. Then Otufo say to the second came 99, and now Motio for Penisu also came 99. Omumionu buy no about 5 years time we saw some rift be because Otufo esomana henie say enkobia Eastern land.
Yeah.
Nese bi onko representing or trapalan kwimu a do chehne enko fo ye na e ba sade ne ba sa ne yempa ho asamonka. But Obekai say 2019 Otufo bu free one time bi and was say intelligence and information and no no me kutare che say Gabi Ocheda kone Asante bedi etuo ambassador of at large e person omo undermine the authority no on play that Obekai say asem Emma the regional minister no offer or say Samura say mensa John Boadu Cheba Wuntumi and the host of MPP gurus in Ashanti region ran to Menchia Palace. In fact, they visited Otufo taking that advantage in Okas Asemo. Then Omanpanyi decided, so no. And look what the Tramba said in the course. Omanpanyi solved this problem. Or taking went to Kumasi to play golf with Otufo or say to Royal Golf Park in Kumasi. They all about Otufo the first class out the visitor or the visitors. Emma, you say Sadia no, ya kill no. Ya Brenasi. The reason why Otufo also honored the deba to honor Oforiata, the late Oforiata, say Oforiata, Otufo ba Achem and Sadino. Akele say you know come Obia we current affairs student. Obia we political UBR analyst. Obia follow current affairs BNM say. Sa Asante Achem mafia ne sade no since Otufo call Achem no Kwame sade na brasi I killed that no by 80%. But Kwame make us we change na do dan kwakufu ado wa hwe ya de wo ye no obesa cospack sa field na sa babie wa hwe obesa kofa sade ne sade aba Kwame Matopoku pepe na po said Nanadu Danko Kufado and block the future possibilities of Matopoku Pempenapu or Bessa Kokofa, the tension between Achem and Asantenas Ababi. So ye not say we yana me panel because Kwame Matopoku Pempenapu on yes of the Matopoku Pempenapu to me share national security institution so mo kwa SAV per the rules not to be that per the law.
Okay.
And the president that show me some quiet side. Na aba na say Matopoku Pepe na put the first. That's fair enough. Ora Smasapo Research Trust Limited, Labas Smasapo Kumasi Technical Institute they have done another one. Matopoku Pepe Napo is leading. Kwame, I'm not here Sebia maybe, but what I'm trying to establish, they say, this is what Dr. Bawumia has presented to them, and then I make us ask him with their Dr. Bawumia has presented Matopoku Pepe Napo to them. Why do they still have to find a way, Kwame, to destroy this relationship? Where are we headed towards? Madam Eslausu, one of the best ministers. Nana do that Koku for Adwenya. Menam catch Kwame. And the nipa ba ko wa comport no hopa no bia nim say enkobeya yira Kwame boy. Madam Eslausu, tamana ya MPP beba abem no. Wo hwe ne kasa or call radio stations or call TV stations the we are no kasa na ko wo mami we di ase all the biche na ko for expect say and come ameno MPP aba mu abenya such a position no akobeya homaso akebia obetotrom nkofo Kwame amane sada apart from some amena brand ho ase na won tenen ka se ebia sabi okontoko baabi no Kwame wasampa no ho moten as a minister chon person obeka no kre Madam Eslausu abon ho modin as a minister, but Dr. You very say Bawumia say Dr. Matopoku Pepe na me pen. What is your problem? Come, what is your problem? Okay, say blebe me catch you say. The reason why Madam Eslausu the ministry no was changed to also the first term was a communication ministry.
I don't want no communication.
The second term me a changing no communication and digitalization because Dr. Bawumia had digitalization. It said that on the mammy be work boom. Me a man about and running meet. But this is Dr. Bawumia. I said no. Per my calculations, per my everything it me say, I have to use my Topoku Prepenapo. Why do they have to do this to the man? I don't get it. As some now kind of very important.
Very
well, Obekwa Kuriki, me say, Sadiana fa, me say even Ashanti region. Or appoint anybody in Ashanti region. It will rate that issue. Ebeka ko pass asam na diaba mem catch it will rake back the feud between Asante and Achim. They have to be very careful.
Running mates the idea before Asante region.
They have to be very careful. Kwame, I'm telling you on authority. Pen command me di penifo me no omonam where I have reached. Mena me catch committee amatena so ene ye fene say not a committee meetings amatena mu bi me see Dr. Bawumia present my Topoku Pepenapo. You were herek bi e wa ayi MPP mu a they don't want it to happen. Musuma tibu dia wie. Matibu dia wie. Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Kwame, omo pa omo Ashanti ni omo ni na e you. Running mate do. Their job is to pretend as if they are omo running mate. No omo create confusion. Na Dr. Bawumia ka say, "Oh, running mate me the bash Ashanti region." Omo dance do we sanity dia ma minyi fafiri. That is the agenda. Yes. That is the agenda.
Interesting.
That is interesting, Kwame. I'm saying this on authority. I'm very careful. And before the party go to parliament. And I know 3 days ago, no Sunday, no.
Yeah.
Parliamentarian, and as 12 parliamentarian part told me say about 80% of parliamentarians, MPP parliamentarians rooting for Napu. Even the NDC people, me and now for Napu ready. Are they? Come.
Very well, and I say, very important. Mamemfa asedani de Emma Abuafo ya akaina anope Bayport Savings and Loans for Adaroma mpacho womwa so yemu ye pa na Bayport at the fixed deposit investment no aba na the tension in the tietie nyina say womo sebra na womo me fixed deposit account emfama eno no eye investment account obetimi ede osika atum na wodi tumu no womo no obetena se na womo no nyina ede nkomo na afi one negotiate on interest emfaso ese ba osika ne so no womo no nyina no adwendwen ho abobo ho anope se wompe we ya na menim de wo pebiem over more than 20 years and a Bayport Savings and Loans for aye adwuma ewo o my Ghana mu eye multilateral multilateral company ɛno nti no ɛwɔ branches ahodoɔ pii ɛwɔ African countries a aka no nyinaa anɔpɛ Bayport Sebra na wone wɔ mo embra medi nkɔmmɔ na deɛ wɔ mu nie mpatwɔ wo sika no wobɛtumi ɛde ato fixed deposit no bosome mmiɛnsa bosome nsia ananso sɛ afe baako na afe Bayport nso ahwɛ the level of interest a ɛbɛba wo sika no ɛso ɛde amount sɛ ɛbrɛ ne so na wohia wo sika deɛ wohia ne sɛ wobɛdi wone wɔ mo bɛdi nkɔmmɔ anaa wobɛbɔ mo amanneɛ anɔpɛ yi wokita 5,000 Ghana cedis ɛkɔ a mpatwɔ bra na wɔn bɛbi account ne bi ɛde amount na wone wɔ mo ɛni nkɔmmɔ 0245 153283 0245 153283 and after 0263 007922 0263 007922 na wone ɛyɛ Bayport Savings and Loans ɛni nkɔmmɔ anɔpɛ boru a Bayport Savings and Loans branch biara mu na wone wɔ mo ne nkɔmmɔ sɛ wopɛ kɛse paa no na wopɛ nkyerɛmu di a wowɔ nkran ha wode w'ani ɛbɛkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ kokomlemle wɔmo ɛbɛn ATTC school no na wakɔ hɔ na wone ɛyɛ Bayport Savings and Loans for akɔdi nkɔmmɔ wɔn bɛgye so deɛ wonti aseɛ biara no mpatwɔ wɔmo ɛbɛkyerɛ mu yie ɛde ama wo paa wɔmo adaroma anɔpɛ wɔmo aboa na memfa asedane bi ɛma Filmat Institute of Media Studies na anɔpɛ mpatwɔ adwuma a yɛyɛ ana ɛyɛ wakɔ no sɛ wo ba no ɛbɛyɛ bia ne nyinaa no ɛgyina nimdeɛ a wo ba no ɛbɛnya suahunu no ɛnso ɛka ho bi na ama no ɛyɛ ahotosoɔ papa a wobɛtumi ɛde ayɛ adwuma yi ɛnɛ Filmat Institute for Media Studies aba na wɔn tete ɛyɛ adesuafoɔ ma wɔn nso aba bɛyɛ nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ a wɔn abɛn yie paa ɛwɔ yɛban yɛ mu sɛ wopɛ sɛ wo ba no ɛkɔsua na wohu kwan a yɛfa so a yɛyɛ adwuma yɛ a yɛyɛ a anɔpɛ yi wo ne Filmat for ɛni nkɔmmɔ na pɛki wɔn form no mpatwɛ form no ne boɔ nyɛ den ɛyɛ 100 Ghana cedis pɛ wokɔ a na wapɛki na afei wɔn akyerɛ nadeɛ onya rolling on a mpatwɛ yɛma no 70% practical experience na theory no classroom deɛ no ayɛ 30% pɛ woyɛ obi a woyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ nsɛmtwerɛ adwumayɛkuo yi mu radio stations ne TV stations adɔɔso yi baabi a yɛ adwuma bia but obi wɔ hɔ ne abɔdin krataa in fact wɔne certificate bia deɛ yɛka ne sɛ nano ate kɛkɛ anɔpɛ yi mpatwɛ bra hands-on yɛbɛma the experience na yɛma the knowledge acquisition yɛwie a na yɛde certification no ɛde aka ho ɛde ama wɔn eco school no on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and afei so Saturdays. Enti ɛyɛ flexible. Sɛ woyɛ adwuma na wopɛ sɛ wogye space na woba mpakyɛw ne nyinaa no wobɛtumi aba. School no ɛwɔ nkran ha South Odoko Aliu Mahama Road no ɛso. Ana wobɛhu ɛyɛ Filmat Institute of Media Studies na wone wɔ mo ɛdi nkɔmmɔ. Wɔn numbers ne 0549 655 649 0549 655 649 na wone Filmat Institute of Media Studies for any nkɔmmɔ anɔpɛ wakyɛ wɔ mo ɛbɛgye wo so paa na memfa aseda ne bi ɛma 22bet.com for na Eros no go so a ɛkɔ so enti mpakyɛ wotie me na w'ani gye ho sɛ wotwa bet a platform baako a wotwa bet wɔ so a woyɛ assured I mean sɛ teams no a wokɔ wɔn akyi no so wɔn win o so wɔn lose o wobɛnya sika ɛde akɔ fie now 22bet nko a ana wo make your first initial deposit na wɔn make sure sɛ over 200 percentage point ɛno ɛyɛ bonuses a wɔn ɛde more free of charge na afei wɔn pay back some level of sika wode to wo first ɛyɛ deposit no ɛso anɔpɛ yi wo ne ɛyɛ 22bet for any agro no emom game bi a wo pɛ bia aviator casino games ahodoɔ no nyinaa no wɔn ɛwɔ bi ɛwɔ 22bet.com.gh so anɔpɛ kɔ so na wɔn nso kotwa wo bet ne bi na wobɛwini atwa wotwa wobɛni ɛnti anɔpɛ fire for fire kɔ na place your bet ne nyinaa certified by the Gaming Commission anɔpɛ wɔn wada roma ana akwa bet to play bet to win ɛno ɛyɛ 22bet.com wɔn mo ɛno anɔpɛ wɔn wada roma ana abɔ say akasimandum ne apon ne ekɔ na Reverend Paul Ziga kan sɛm ne bebre ye de ye wa ha sɛ de ye no ye bɛka ma wo watimi ate ase ɛyɛ simple and tietia me
my point nipa ba ko be da point nipa 55
my point no ɛyɛ simple you see in all of this Dr. Bawumia na me blame no in all of this confusion ɛkɔ so wɔ party ne mu ni nyinaa no Dr. Bawumia He is unable to stand as a leader. A simplicity. Wow, peno from one more jobs on penasem anamingesi, but a bacope. If we are said, who pan say, obi your candy for no to mean taking decision. A problem than anything. What you say? Say, we be away candy for, and Crawford so, una would do one when him, okay? Na edru baby a adding, they said the Moses. Eko ye Israelites in the free Egypt. Now what do you want to what would do Red Sea? Ne wona Moses jina hosa so jina hosa. Onim di obeye. Na ni pabone for eba beto ahye wo mo so. E dangerous more than any other thing else. Because yes sir, what it means is that you as a leader would need focus. You don't have principles I will believe you in. For that reason, followers, woman to be trust you. They can't believe anything you say. And that is Dr. Bawumia. Simplicity. Me discretion I me the man no pay no. And one of the amount. Yeah, you heli Dr. Bawumia. Okay? And this is fact. These are the truth. Yes, so on so pejano heli no. Okay? A blocking crophobe possibilities. The chances of them becoming the flag bearer of the new patriotic party. The bane of Alan Trematin and in Crawford is all because system nina coming together. And they decide they say, Mupel. Era ya ye womi and Pempenswa NPP party na be doing there. Mupel baumia. Party delegate to a body amount. Bosumi Wachini, you are unable to make a decision as to who you want to be a running mate. Now, no, he need to a catch the you. At the time, our President Akufo-Addo de Woba, Akufo-Addo went all out to defend the reason why he no pel.
Okay, the word bawuhu.
Exactly. What you say?
Bawuhu.
Etimino, my simple principle is that wo na wo be president nedi. Wo wanim ne better ballot paper so. Okay? Se wususu se why your assessment na pona wo pena go to National Council and defend it. Simple as it. Let the people near one National Council, including President Akufo-Addo, where your boss I want no so on Saturday buy no manintia sientia was so penapo. Simple. Don't come to us and tell us that me penapo as a me penapo na because me penapo no and Crawford bin pene enti you to be body no. You are becoming an incompetent leader. A leader will inspire hope in your people. And this is simple. Se upese utie di Akufo-Addo air council. Akufo-Addo is your boss. President Akufo-Addo ne de oba party mumu abeye Bawumia. If you want to listen to him, listen to him. But if you don't want to listen to him, don't play double standard games. And adane doso. Woke can Crawford tribom and na mema running mate or china mema running mate promises here and there. You see? You are dealing with an intelligent Ghanaian person. One already know you're disappointed. One day when campaign econo, I was just observing 1 month or this who call runs near the home Komoa. Dr. Bawumia runs our call across the country. MPP will be beyond Kosubi. As I speak to you, I no pain. There are people behind Dr. Bawumia. Dambo Yama Womo appointment. On the campaign to be a woman Yajuma. And the Dr. Bawumia and what nothing happens. Tell me, what be our team in the country? The air course is saying the new patriotic party. Please, we need to be serious. Okay? We a leader, you must allow your influence to affect your followers. Not without influence, no, and inspire the hopes. Now put now open and go for him. Simplicity. Don't waste our time because ye call July more election no ye penintema discussing policies. We need to subject your promises to scrutiny. Don't waste our years and our time with a new way baba and the way you're running mate and a mokika party for niti bombs. At the end of the day, what do you gain? Now you come and blame somebody. Maybe I'm a poor many here make a beam. Now
Now 55 ministers. One person cannot choose. One person. How can you choose 55? One person. Kwame.
55 ministers now lobbying the bedors who will be asked. Obey then way. Eddie and come was here and pass them to there. Made that's it. Baby Kowa, happy birthday.
Yes, oh,